On this episode, is it the right public? Hey everybody, this is The Quarter Show, and we're talking about the right public. This is so important. This is so key. You can miss by a little, and it ends up being a lot, right? So when we talk about the right public, we're talking about audience. You can call it target public, you can call it audience, you can call it viewer, you can call it prospect, you can call it all these different things, but it's incredibly simple. And yet a lot of companies and salespeople miss it all the time, and they create so much work for themselves, so much effort for themselves, because they're constantly missing the public by a little or a lot, and a little is a lot. And just the idea of going to the right person. So for example, you might be selling, let's just say you're selling some strategy, some strategy, and you're going to some person in some role. Let's say it could be marketing coordinator or whatever. But the truth is that the person that you need to get to that's actually the right person for this exact role is one ring above that person. And this is not a power thing, by the way. It's not like, oh, go to the decision maker. This is not, partially it's that, but here's the thing. You reach out to go and sell that person who's not the right person, and they fail to have an interest, and they respond back to you and they say something like, yeah, not interested, or yeah, we don't need that right now, thanks very much. And the uneducated salesperson, or the person who doesn't know better or whatever, is going to say, oh, okay, well, all right. And then they go off, and then they leave that company. That could be a great company. Let's say you're trying to get to that company. You're trying to get to IBM or Adobe or Oracle, or whoever you're selling, right? You're trying to get to that company. It doesn't mean that company is not still the one you want to go to. And so the analogy I give to my team, and I was talking to a client about this as well, is like, look, I like to run. Okay, I like to run. I run almost every single day. Currently, I'm wearing Saucony shoes, Saucony Triumph ISO shoes. They're incredible shoes for me. And if Saucony crafted a message, and there was a message that went to me about some new event that's up in this area, about some run thing, or about some shoes, or specific to the new changes with the Triumph, and they want to send me a pair or check them out or whatever, I'm going to go.
If they want to send them a pair,
send me a pair. But I'm going to go into communication right away, right? They're going to send me some nice message, and it's crafted to me, and I'm not going to be like not interested and say not interested, or I'm not going to like delete this message like, oh, right away I'm like, what's this all about? What's this?
Now if they sent it to me, on the other hand,
send him to him, maybe he doesn't care, delete, but it sends me, and I'm like, wow, this is interesting.
Send me some rock climbing shoes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take a look.
So you have to assess the public's interest. Who is the public? Are you communicating to the right public? And what are their interests? And it's so important in sales, and so many people miss it. And they just shotgun approach, sell. Oh, it's a numbers game. Sell. It's like, actually, focus on the public, get the right public, and deliver the right message. Because the chances of them having an interest and the chances of it getting traction or anchoring into that right person is incredibly high. And so sales team will sometimes come back and say, oh, they're not interested, or oh, they told me next quarter. And it's like, you're missing them. You've hit the wrong person with a message that's irrelevant, right?
Yeah, and like with Richter, we have a few different products, and some of them, at least one of them, is specifically designed for sales. We have products that are great for marketing and sales, and then we have one major service that is specifically and only for sales. It's not a marketing play of any kind, but we'll get diverted over to marketing folks, very awesome marketing folks, and then we'll get, but the key is it's literally not for them.
Yeah, and it's nothing against them.
Right, no,
their
it's
role,
just not that. It's just not. Yeah,
it's not relevant for their role. It's like taking the Saucony shoes.
Yeah.
To the person who's a golfer and like doesn't care about running.
Yeah. It's like you got a computer engineer and you're trying to sell them some hammers and nails and stuff and some tool bags. It's like this looks great. I mean, it's a great product, but it's not really something we do. Well, of course it isn't. It's not something that person would do. So you got to make sure. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is a critical point.
And even, I mean, this is a finely detailed point, but even earlier today, we got an outreach from a super amazing company, and we're very much wanting to do business with them. And the senior in the area directed Robert and I to talk to two of his juniors, who I'm sure are amazing, great at their job.
Yeah.
And so we're getting this call set up, and Robert's comment was basically to the effect that, yes, of course I want to talk to them, but like I'm not really interested in like that. We need to talk to the person above them. That's the person who's going to get done and forward the mission of what we're trying to accomplish with.
Not because of hierarchy. Let me underscore here.
Yeah.
Not because of hierarchy. Not because you think the person has the right key card to take you through the right door, but because I care about delivering the message for the new Saucony shoes to the right person who's a runner, who's their ears are going to perk up, and it's most relevant to them. Okay,
Yeah.
and so I focus on that a lot, and I don't like to spin my wheels on people that I know based on the nature of their job or based on what they're doing, that they're not the right public. And so delivering that message is a waste of their time and my time. So you want to really hunker down and really look and say, well, who is the right public? And if you're getting stonewalled, if you're hitting up against stonewalled, look at it and think, is this the right public? Maybe it's not. It's not like, oh, this company doesn't have an interest. Salespeople come back and they say, oh, it's dead.
Another comment you made the other day about a fellow a salesperson for us, and they had on their lineup, they would list the person's the contact's name at the company,
Right.
Which is a mistake, as you pointed out, because the mission is not to help that single individual. The mission is to help the company. So this person needed to have their viewpoint adjusted, because like I don't want to know that it's Fred or Sally. I want to know that it's IBM, Oracle, Kaspersky Lab.
Whoever you're going after, yeah.
Yeah, like that's who we're going to help. We're not going to help this contact.
Yeah, so all this stuff, no, it's a relevant point. All this stuff connects to the mission, right? You look at the mission, you go, okay, well, part of the mission is the company name. You're going after the specific company name, especially if you're in our space, which is business to business and tech related and things like that. The mission is the company name. You have different people that you meet, relationships that you make with those different people, contacts and things like that. But the mission senior to that is the company, the account itself, and you have people along the way. And when you're dealing with those people, yes, you have to deal with the power. Yes, you have to deal with the decision maker. And behind that is the right public. Because when you get your foot in the door, you're not going to get your foot in the door unless you communicate the right thing to the right person, right? If I'm Titleist and I have a new putter coming out, I got to go find those golf junkies that are just going to go straight into communication. Because when you deliver something, the right message to the right public, communication goes straight in, engagement goes straight in, interest goes straight in. If I communicate to somebody who doesn't care about golf in any capacity, I'm going to get stonewalled. They're going to say, no interest, we're not doing that right now, nothing going on, right? So it's absolutely critical when you're selling, if you want to get your foot in the door and you want to get to the next step so you can get to the decision maker or get to the power, move it along, and get the mission done of getting the right account and getting the deal closed, this is all relevant, right?
And not to belabor the point, but some of the examples we're giving here, like Titleist to the non-golfer. But here's a mistake that companies make is they think that who's your target public? Every company in space X or space Y,
which is totally wrong.
Every single one, and it's wrong.
Totally
and now we don't want to get into this. There's some Richter secret sauce in terms of how we go about our job, so we're not going to get fully into how you go about that, because you should want to know. It's incredible how you actually get there. But even beyond that, you have to pair into like who should your salespeople be talking to. If you're in marketing, who do you need to market to that your salespeople can actually close, so that you don't sit there and complain, well, I generated 1,000 leads and they closed 2 of them. Well, it turns out that the majority of what you generated was not really who your company most successfully does business with.
No question.
In the right exchange, both for them and for you.
Yeah, it's got to be relevant. It's got to be relevant. 1,000 leads from who? Is it relevant? Are we talking right public?
Right.
And you start looking at these things and you start seeing where marketing is falling down and where sales is falling down. And just even being in the sales trenches, like in order to set up a successful sale, you need to be looking at this and going, is this the right public?
Yeah, you sell enterprise level products, and it turns out 950 of your 1,000 leads were to $1 million companies, like or something like that. It's like, that's not workable.
No, yeah, like high level cybersecurity.
Yeah, like
you're
super
selling high level
yeah.
cybersecurity to like a startup.
Well, so many people were interested. Well, of course, yeah, you probably did beautiful marketing, and it was very aesthetic, and it drew the eye.
And it comes down to some person who even if they were interested, they're not interested, but even if they were interested, they couldn't do anything with it, so it's really key. It's amazing how much easier your life can get in sales by just fixing that one thing, getting to the right public, understanding the public, understanding the person that will have a need, has an interest, has a want, has a motivation. Focus on them, craft the communication around them, cater to them, for them specifically. It's taking those Saucony shoes to the person who currently wears those Saucony shoes and who's a running junkie, and putting those two things together.
Yeah, and I know we got to wrap up here, but like, for example, I know that if I am diverted to or connect up to a marketing coordinator, like lots of good marketing coordinators out there, but I know if I get connected up to one, that I'm definitely with the wrong person. I'm definitely, maybe they're just gathering data, whatever. It's not the right target public.
Depending on
that's not who I'll be helping.
Depending on the product you're selling, I would say, depending on what you're selling. Because here's the deal, and I'm not invalidating what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
But depending on the product and different things now, there might be a role with if you have a specific product, they have a specific need, and those meet up, there might be a role.
Sure.
But 9 times out of 10, you're selling something much bigger. It's usually an enterprise. It's usually a larger cycle or some larger package or some larger thing.
Yeah.
And for that, it's just the person that has an interest.
I don't want to stop marketing coordinators from calling me.
No, but yeah, keep calling them. But the person that has the interest is, they have their finger on the pulse for revenue, and something's happening, and there's a problem that you're working to solve, right? And there's something directly related, and usually it's just not relevant to the marketing coordinator. It's usually potentially somebody who's a little perhaps stronger on the sales line, or there's whatever. Point is, interest is interest, whether you want to be biased about it or not. Point is, it's just, you have to go where the interest is, right? And that means you have to assess your public, and you have to know who is interested, who has that need, who has that want, and you've got to stay connected there, because otherwise you're going to get stonewalled, and people are going to say, oh no, we don't have any interest, oh not right now, oh
it's almost like
you're
going into a military zone and there's a bunch of injured people, but to get to them, you're talking to people who are uninjured. Like, you have to go to the pain point, you have to address the problem, and if you have to fill out paperwork on the way there, then to that degree you're wasting time, and like, revenue is going down when it could be going up. So you got to get to the interested person who's like, yes, my area is injured, please help me.
Yeah, pain, need, want, right?
Yeah.
Pain, need, want, pain, need, want. You got to assess it, and then interest, and pain, need, want, interest. And that's the thing. Of course, using that analogy, the gruesome analogy, it's like, he's bleeding, he's interested in bandages.
Yeah.
It's like the truth is, not enough people do it. They're just like, oh, I got a lead, or I got a name. It's like, what is that worth?
Yeah.
What's it actually worth?
Yeah.
Unless you're dealing with the right public and you obsess over the right public. And if you're not doing your homework to obsess over the right public, how do you know what to send? Like, what message are you sending? Who are you writing to, right? You start looking at who you're writing to. Like, if you don't do your homework to know the right public, what are you writing?
Right.
Or what are you saying? What's your pitch? So these things go together.
Yeah.
So anyway, there you go. Hope that helps this week, and we'll have more coming at you soon. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and thanks for watching.